when people are giving you advice that you haven't asked for, feel free to just ignore it. And the other, which is quite key, because people
Yeah.
will,
Yeah.
including me, because I'm about to give you a bit of advice that you didn't ask for.
Get radio breakfast with Rich Smith.
So we always like to have a healthy mind, body and soul. We like to get ourselves just sorted out right for a Monday and for the week ahead. And there's only one person that we can call on to do that, and that is, of course, is the wonderful Sara Southey from the Southey Way. Morning, Sarah.
Morning, Rich. Let's get it right.
let's get it right. Let's do it, shall we?
Let's do this.
Let's go for it.
We're on it.
There's a couple of things, and I'm sort of, as you well know, in this whole sort of business and what have you, you try and sort of mirror your life with everyone else's, with what's going on. So I was kind of like, okay, I'm trying to put myself into people's situations today, but this maybe is a bit of a selfish one from me today. So I sort of apologize.
Dare you?
I know. I sort of apologize in advance. I was kind of sort of linking it to going, actually, you know, routines are going to be sort of maybe getting back into it today. Lots of people coming back after half term. The roads are busier, all of this kind of stuff. But also, quite a realization happened across the weekend with my good self. And there's many, many different reasons why this happened. First and foremost, you may notice it is November.
It is.
That's very exciting. November is upon us. That's great. And I went for lunch yesterday with a good mate of mine and saw him I haven't seen him for a fair old while and what have you, and kind of met up with his a little daughter, who ironically is called Margot as well, and we had a lovely and wonderful time. And this weekend has been quite a big realization, because we might be becoming a family of 3 this month, literally this month. And,
yeah. I'm not sure about the might. I mean, in the next few weeks, it's probably a definite.
well, yeah. I mean, there's because actually the due date is very end of November, so we are sort of straddling a little bit across the end of November into early December, and of course, we don't really know what's going to be happening and what's going on. And so I met up with my friend yesterday, and he was then he went, well, of course, our Margot was 2 weeks early. And then what I did was I started looking at my date and kind of going, so 2 weeks early, that sort of takes us to sort of week on Friday.
Yeah.
Which that feels very close for a fairly life-changing and crazy and mad event. And the silly thing is, and I hope my Margot won't mind mentioning this, but we had our 36-week scan on Friday. Okay, and since then, Margot has just become ludicrously pregnant. I know that sounds ridiculous, but
only a man could say that.
I know, and I know that, but I'm trying to sort of say, but I've known, as I said, she's been pregnant for quite a while now. But literally in the last sort of 5 days, we've both of us, it's not just me just going, we've both just caught each other and gone, oh, right, okay.
Yeah, this is actually happening.
This is actually happening. So I maybe need sort of some calming words, maybe some kind of, you know, how things are going to be shaping up, because essentially in 2 weeks' time, oh, God, really
you could.
Yeah,
be Daddy Rich.
Yeah, we could be having our first one, which is in terms of changes to routine. In terms, we speak about these things in terms of changes happening. There ain't too many bigger ones than that.
Well, no. It's I've got a client who is going through a similar thing at the minute, and this is where I go with this. Right. It's the last great unknown, isn't it? Where our lives can be, if we want them to be, super predictable, and we can choose so much of what we do. And this whole having children lark is is the last of the great unknown. Some people can, some people can't, some people will, some people won't. And you don't get to choose when that happens most of the time. But it is breaking it down into the whole baby steps thing. It's, if you pardon the pun,
Literally.
it is quite literally that this time. But the thing is, most of the time when we decide we're going to do something, there is a choice. And that's what puts a halt to sustainability and consistency. For example, if you were going to choose to give up something, but you really still wanted it, it would be a choice. This you don't have a choice in. So it's actually a lot easier because you just have to go with the flow. That would be my advice.
No, and
quite literally, because you don't get to choose any of it.
Yeah, and it was what was quite comforting was, and we had a lovely day yesterday, and it was really nice. And everyone has advice, and everyone has tips, and I'm asking you for, this is.
Oh yes, they do.
And everyone has that, and it was quite refreshing yesterday. And Tom's one of my best mates and what have you. So, and we were sort of just chatting away, and he was like, "Well, okay, well, as came 2 weeks early, we didn't even have the hospital bag ready yet." And I went, "Oh," he was like, "Yeah." He goes, "It's just one." Goes, "I had to come back."
It just is what it is,
and sort it out and go back. And I just stopped, and I literally that sort of stuck with me, and I just went, "Yeah," and it's all right, isn't it?
Exactly that.
It's fine. That's allowed to happen. That's all good, and you can be prepared. And I think we're kind of hopefully maybe prepared. For
be prepared as you can be.
But there's other things, and that was a little bit of that evidence where you go, do you know what? There will be a thing that you go, oh yeah, complete. Why didn't we not think of that?
But this is so I'm not the world's most conventional parent, as my children will tell you. But the biggest bit of advice, well, there's two bits. The first one is when people are giving you advice that you haven't asked for, feel free to just ignore it. And the other, which is quite key, because people will, including me, because I'm about to give you a bit of advice that you didn't ask for. But I think it's really important at the end of the day, so long as the baby is healthy, you are healthy, and you're doing everything that sits well with your values, you are doing a great job. Because everybody, all the things that come in from you from outside, all the advice, all the way you should do things, do not stress about them. So long as you are doing what you need to do and you feel like it sits okay with you, that's all that matters.
Yeah. And and actually, can I say, and this is perfect, you are the second person in the last 2 days to say exactly that. And that is
we must be
true.
Right then.
Yes, literally. There must be that. But actually that is so it is just kind of like ignore the best thing mate Tom said yesterday. He says, don't parent off Instagram.
God, no.
And I went, oh, that is perfect. That is absolutely spot on, because that is the holy grail of badness, isn't it? Of out there, that's portraying the best of things, the worst of things. It's and actually, life, it can be that sort of happy medium, and it can not be Instagram worthy, and it can just be like, yeah, we didn't get a lot of sleep, and actually we're all right.
Yeah, and you know what? The baby's still healthy, and we're still alive, and we're not shouting at each other all the time. That's a win. And do that on repeat for the next 20 years.
Okay, well, this is going to be a breeze then, isn't it? Why don't we start this sooner? Oh, my days. There we go. Well, thank you. Look, thank you for that. That was quite a selfish one, and I apologise to everyone sort of listening and what have you. That was quite a selfish one, and a bit of a realisation for me that happened across this weekend, and I've used the wonderful Sarah as a kind of sounding board to all of that. So I
what I'm here for.
I apologise. But yeah, it is what you're here for, and I'll probably be calling on you a lot more in the coming weeks and months, maybe outside of this little slot. But there we go. Sarah, always a joy and a pleasure. Thank you ever so much for that. It was wonderful.
You're welcome, and I'll see you next week.
You will when I'll be in full panic mode because she could arrive on Friday. Right.
Yes.
Thanks for that, Sarah. Make sure you catch Sarah, of course, in the Shed of Strength. Go ahead and see her all over the socials. Search for the Southey Way, of course. Love that.